If that little voice in your head just chirped up and it said, I don't need a life coach, then this information is perfect for you. I would have said the same thing. And now I actually do life coaching as part of my career, based on some of the amazing coaching that I received and still continue to receive. And you know, whether you're thinking about the greatest self-help books of all time, businessmen, athletes, they all agree on one thing when it comes to attaining a certain level of success and achievement. And that is that you need to find yourself a coach, a mentor, and have role models. And it's the study of these successful people that inspired me to go into coaching myself, and it's the reason why I still have coaches to this day. I've been doing a lot of thinking recently about information that I can help people with, and I came up with 10 reasons as to why you need a life coach. And I'd like you just to have a listen and see if you perhaps think getting a life coach one day. Having a life coach can save you a lot of time and get you into a state of rapid achievement. You know, you can always have more money, you can always have more food, more cars, more holidays, more vacations, but you can never have more time. We're always running out of time. We all are. So why go about doing things through trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, when you can have someone who can help you and guide you through these processes? Imagine being dumped in the middle of the Sahara Desert, and you were absolute centre of the desert, and they said you had to get to civilization on your own. You've got no training, no experience. You'd probably embark on a journey of frustration and dehydration and ultimately death. But what if you got dropped in the centre of the Sahara Desert with the most experienced desert navigator in the world? He knew how to get to civilization 100% of the time. He knew how to survive along the way. Would you get to civilization quicker? Of course. Would it save you a lot of time? Absolutely. And it may even be fun with a coach. Surviving in the Sahara Desert and getting out of trouble with the help of that coach would actually be quite fun. Having a life coach is the same. When it comes to achieving my goals and turning my life around and curing myself of asthma and that type of thing, the coaches that I had really made the process fun. And it really gave me a sense of rapid achievement with everything that I actually managed to succeed in. Having a life coach makes you accountable. I personally really benefited from this when I took on my first life coach, because it really gets you to follow through on the next task when it comes to achieving that big goal. Because you know, when you're getting towards that next coaching call or that next session with your coach, you're aware that you committed to getting certain things done. So you just get on with it and you do them. You can't talk yourself out of it. You lose the excuses because you are accountable to another human being. And it's very exciting the progress that you make as a result of this. Having a life coach saves you money. Personally, I thought that getting my coaching business and my online business off the ground all at once would be easy. I had the motivation, I had the skills. The problem was I had no idea how to streamline it to maximise my investments. My coach came up with ideas that I never would have had and allowed me to scale up my business at a very rapid rate, ultimately saving me money. And you know, I could go into literally hundreds of different ways that my coach has helped me in this respect, but it suffices to say that I have saved thousands of pounds and thousands of pounds worth of wasted effort from the advice my coach has given me directly. Having a life coach allows you to vent your frustrations in what I would call a safe environment. What I mean by that is, it's great to have supportive family and friends, but there's nothing quite like having a life coach. You know, you've had one of those less than perfect weeks. Things haven't quite gone to plan. There's members of your family and friends that will support you, of course. But sometimes you guess their opinion, you guess what they're going to say, and the whole interaction becomes quite frustrating. Where a life coach can really allow you to get things off your chest and allow you to pursue the most positive solution as quickly as possible. And just that process of venting the frustrations allows you to be a lot clearer taking the next step towards your goal. I had no idea what my purpose was when I first went into coaching. I had an idea that I wanted to help people improve their lives in the same way that I was improving mine. But it wasn't until I got a coach that I got clear on the fact that I wanted to literally inspire millions of people to live happy, healthy, wealthy lives. That's my purpose now. What purpose is locked up inside of you? I don't know you, but I know that you've got greatness within you, because we all have. You've got this great purpose waiting to be unleashed on the world. Unfortunately, without a coach, you may not discover what it is. Having a life coach will allow you to have ideas that you would never have had. When I first started coaching, for example, I was doing coaching on an hour-by-hour basis. When my coach suggested, why don't you run transformational programs to help people transform their lives following a similar process to the way you did, Jermaine? And I found all sorts of reasons why it wouldn't work, but ultimately he coached me through the process of getting that up and running and really helping more people and having a more profitable business. And once again, this was an idea that I perhaps would never have had, and it also links into the fact that it allowed me to save time and money. Having a life coach allows you to remove unnecessary stress from your life. The primary unnecessary stress that a life coach will remove for you is having to achieve things by trial and error, and how stressful that can be. How stressful it can be getting it wrong over and over again. Now, the life coach may have walked the same path that you're now on, or they may have helped hundreds of other people succeed on the path that you're on. Why go through 100 different strategies when the life coach can just show you one? Having a life coach can make you excited about life again, just like when you were a child. Can you remember the days where you had no idea what the day would bring? You could turn a cardboard box into a space shuttle. Your sofa could be a climbing frame into the jungle's treetops. Life can be like this with a life coach. You can open up a whole new world of exciting questions, goals to pursue every day, and then your life coach can help you to answer them. And you'll find yourself waking up before your alarm clock every morning. It's amazing. And you'll really, really enjoy getting out of bed and feeling excited about what the day can bring. Having a life coach will allow you to get to know yourself better. I'm a big fan of the saying, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. Sometimes you just need someone else to look at your situation and make suggestions how you can perhaps solve any challenges. A particular situation that springs to mind for me is a client that I had, who we'll call Jane for the purposes of this video. I would notice a big difference in Jane when she started mentioning or thinking about a certain family member. Her body language would her shoulders would drop all the way to the floor, her speech patterns would slow down, and I could literally see her making negative images on the screen of her mind. I suggested that we reprogram this whole part of her thinking. Change your body language in reaction to it. Change your thought process in reaction to it. Making this small change allowed Jane to make extraordinary gains in every area of her life. Sometimes the smallest changes can make the biggest difference, and that's what I'm so passionate about. And coaches have helped me make small changes to make big jumps, and coaches will help you to make even the most tiny changes that will affect your whole life, just because they can see the situation a little bit clearer from outside. Having a life coach will make you more confident. I can remember when my coach suggested that I do a long distance run, like the Cardiff Half Marathon. I thought he was crazy. I remembered that doctors and physios had told me that I couldn't run long distance on a hard surface because of the operation and the metalwork I had inserted in my leg after I broke it. My coach then reminded me of a very important phrase that I always remind myself of. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Wow. That breeds confidence right there. You can decide what you do, not anyone else. Having that belief from my coach allowed me to develop an enhanced level of self-confidence, and I had the confidence to go through the training program and ultimately complete the race. What things would you like to be more confident to do? A coach would help you with this process, and you'd be more confident going at any goal that you choose. They're the 10 reasons that I believe we all need a life coach. But I think we just need to look around at successful people. I mean, if Tiger Woods, Richard Branson, Beyonce, they've all got coaches in different areas of their lives. Does Richard Branson need a business coach? Probably not. But he knows that it gives him that cutting edge that he needs to keep making progress. He knows that the coach can see the picture better because the coach isn't in the frame. Now, I know it seems laboured for me to go on about this topic as a life coach, and I've written a 3,000 word blog post about the topic as well that you can find below. But if you've watched this video this far and you've read the whole blog post, then you're the type of person that could really take it to the stratosphere with a life coach, because you're obviously committed to improving your life because you're still watching. It's important that you realise that you can't afford not to have a life coach. You can't afford not to have someone help you take your life to the next level. My challenge to you is to go out and find a life coach. If you'd like it to be me, you can email me below, or you can send me a message on my Facebook. You can get in contact any way you like. But it doesn't have to be me. Find a coach that suits you, and you can really make extraordinary progress in your life. And I really, really wish you all the best. And pop over to the blog and leave a comment below once you've found a life coach. I'd like you to keep going and keep growing.